Segueing awkwardly to Lane Kiffin posting his way back into the game at the top of the NFL head coaching chain. We were talking earlier this week about what an unusual ascent, not linear, it has been for Lane Kiffin to develop the confidence of personality to be unrelentingly himself as a rehab project. One of the first to come through Nick Saban's rehab center in Alabama, where he goes and grabs the tarnished professional coach who's an offensive mind. Lane Kiffin is now in play for just about any job he wants, and it's not just the unusual path, as Mike mentioned, Tennessee burning mattresses, Tarmac firing at USC, Raiders firing that was very public and messy and was the last time the Raiders were any kind of relevant. Lane Kiffin is actually posting his way to the top of, I'm going to be a different kind of coach. That's something you can get away with when there are no expectations in Mississippi. It's something you get away with less if you're going to be the Giants coach, for example.
Well, yeah, I mean, you mentioned posting. He just retweeted that DJ Lagway got benched when he is the betting favorite to be the next Florida Gators head coach. They have the Gators this week. By the way, if you monitor Gators message boards, they feel like this Lane Kiffin thing is done. But Lane Kiffin would be wise to sit and wait. There's a pretty decent NFL job that just opened up with his college quarterback there. And I happen to know that the NFL...
Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh, my God, he knows. He happens to know. Come, everyone. Come and listen. Happens to know. He happens to know. Well informed.
Happen to know that the NFL does have some teams in it that would be interested in speaking with Lane Kiffin. One has already reached out. It's the one that has his college quarterback. Other teams are kind of in flux, trying to figure out what they're going to do, and they would be interested in Lane Kiffin if that head coaching vacancy did open up. But Lane Kiffin right now is a world by the balls. The Florida job would probably be the one that he takes if he leaves Ole Miss, because LSU is a freaking mess right now. You don't sue your coach to avoid paying him the entirety of the contract when you're trying to be the biggest job available.
Let me ask you guys something here, because I had for a long time, when it came to the Bobby Bowdens of the world, I was making the argument for a really long time that if I had a job like that, I would just keep that job and not be tempted by the pros. I would not be Urban Meyer. I would not be Jimmy Johnson. I would like the security. This is a lifetime ago, because I wouldn't want that job now with the way that NIL is. This is the security that you could have at Mississippi if you wanted it, and your Lane Kiffin could be a forever security where you just say to Mississippi, give me the longest contract you've got. I don't want to do any of those other things. I'll just stay here and have very few expectations ever. The moment he lands in New York, game one, the expectations change for everything Lane Kiffin has been. He's in a perfect spot where he could beat Oklahoma and he could beat Texas and he can beat Florida from a program that no one is expecting anything from, if not for Lane Kiffin. So I ask you, do competitive people think the way that I'm thinking, where it's like, give me a cushy spot where I can just post, I could talk my about everybody, and if I'm the 6th ranked team in the country, everyone in my fan base is going to be thrilled about the job I've done. There aren't any actual expectations here.
So I think there's two things at play. Number one is just the general ego of, like, I feel like I'm just as good as these people that you think are the best at the job. I want the ability. I want the opportunity to prove that I can do it, especially if you're Lane Kiffin. You flamed out the last time you had a pro job. It's like, I gotta show these people I wasn't a bum or whatever. But then the other part of it, Dan, this is a little different. College coaches. I know this is true in basketball, and I know it's true in football. I don't know if it's the case in baseball or any other sport. But college coaches, even before the NIL stuff, they hate a lot of this. They dream of a day like, what? I don't have to worry about grades, or was he late to study hall? I can just coach football and nothing else. They dream about that. And so they pine to be in the pros. not just to say, hey, we're one of the best, but also to not have to put up with a lot of begging a 17-year-old to come play
That
for
part
you.
of the job is not something that I would like very much if I was in charge of a college football program. But you guys will allow that if Lane Kiffin were the Giants coach, the posting would stop, right? Because there is no NFL coach who is posting.
I don't know about that.
No,
But
I know about
give
that.
Me, give me the NFL coach who's doing that.
Give you the college coach that's doing what Lane is doing. No one is Lane Kiffin there. Now the NFL does have an opinion about Lane Kiffin. That stuff doesn't fly for most teams. And believe it or not, his offense is under scrutiny in the NFL. They think that he kind of runs a Mickey Mouse offense that wouldn't translate to the NFL. My rebuttal to that is, like, doesn't he just run that offense because it's proven to work in college? Don't you think his mind is smart enough to devise an offense that would work for the pros? But there are questions there. Lane, also, if he goes to the NFL and flames out, he can go right back to the top of the line when it comes to head coaching candidates. But if he fails at Florida, people are going to be having these concerns. He failed at USC. He failed at Florida. He's not going to be the top guy anymore.
So first of all, Mike makes an excellent point. Is there are other questions? He's kind of unique in and of himself in college. But then the reason why it wouldn't fly in the NFL beyond just their stodgy is because that shit only flies when you're good. I keep saying this about Joe Mazzulla. We say about Mike McDaniel. All that quirky shit. I'm different. Look at me. I post. You can do that when you're busting ass. When you're 500, when you're 3-7, can you imagine Dayball trying to do something like that? They would have had
I can't imagine an NFL coach of any kind behaving that way on social media.
I can imagine him doing it if he were wildly successful. But the success is what buys you the right and the latitude to do that sort of stuff in the same way that Phil Jackson can burn incense in the locker room and give guys books. Like, you think that flies if we're a 42-win team, if we're a 40-win team? Hell no. Everyone get the hell out of my face. But when you're successful, they give you all the affordability of those accolades to let you do whatever the hell you want.